Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Unlock Alabama's Demo Day. We're super excited to have you here tonight as we celebrate the conclusion of the Builder Challenge and celebrate these 16 builders who have finished through our program. In case you don't know about us, we are Unlock Alabama. We're a platform and community for Alabama's next generation of builders and creators. This initiative, our initiative, would not have been possible if not for support by the Innovation Portal. The Innovation Portal is a nonprofit incubator and innovation hub that accelerates startup growth in the Gulf Coast region. The Innovation Portal is located inside of Mobile, Alabama, and also operates as a co-working space and an incubator. So for this program, we've had over 200 applicants hailing across 65 cities from 12 states, and 88% of applicants came directly from Alabama. For the conclusion of this program, we had 16 builders that finished, and they've launched everything from businesses to apps, different kinds of projects, and very cool initiatives. They've all built their ideas in Scratch and built it in public, live on different kinds of social media platforms such as LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. And lastly, they've improved and iterated on their builds weekly, as well as including new elements into their businesses, into their apps, into their projects weekly from our curriculum and instruction. Now, without further ado, we'll go ahead and kick things off and welcome our builders to demo their projects. Thank you.
Not because they lacked them, just because not knowing how to. Most military job tools start with one question. What was your MOS? What was your job in the military? But after working with this community for many years, I know not every service member wants to do the same job that they did in the military, and military spouses don't really fit into these tools. Or you have someone like myself who's a veteran and a military spouse who doesn't neatly fit into any box. So that's where the idea for SignalPath AI began. SignalPath AI helps veterans and military spouses find the signal in their experience and chart a path forward towards meaningful civilian careers. Instead of matching someone to their military occupation, SignalPath AI looks at the whole person. It helps users identify transferable experiences, explore personalized career pathways, translate their experience into language employers understand, and build a strategic roadmap for what's next.
Now, let me walk you through what I've been working on during the Unlock Alabama Builder Challenge the past 8 weeks. I've spent a lot of time refining the application in Google AI Studio and going back and forth working on prompts with ChatGPT. I also created marketing videos throughout the challenge to attract beta testers to test out the application. I used a bunch of tools that I've never used before and actually had a lot of fun doing it. Here's a clip from one of the videos that I made. This is some of the feedback that I received from the initial beta testers of SignalPath AI.
I came into this challenge wanting to build an AI application. I leave realizing that AI isn't the product, understanding people is. The technology matters, but listening to your user matters more. I've learned that building isn't about creating something perfect. It's about creating something valuable and improving it one conversation at a time. SignalPath AI is just getting started. I'll continue building, learning from my users, and refining the platform. Right now, I'm continuing to take on beta testers to test the application, looking for collaborators or even partners who believe that career guidance should be as unique as the people receiving it. Because no two military journeys are the same, neither are the careers that come after them. Thank you, Unlock Alabama, for this experience, and excited to see what all the other builders have accomplished.
Hi everyone, I'm Marlo Young, founder and CEO of New Mindset Consulting LLC. My passion is improving access to mental wellness resources for rural and underserved communities. Throughout my career in education, mental health, and community outreach, I kept seeing the same challenge. People wanted help, but barriers like transportation, stigma, and limited resources prevented them from getting the help they needed. That challenge inspired me to build something different. When I joined Unlock Alabama, I didn't have a finished product. I had an idea. I envisioned a mobile mental wellness unit that could bring education, coaching, and resources directly into communities. Then something unexpected happened. I realized the mobile unit wasn't the solution alone. It was only one piece of something much bigger. That's when I developed the New Mindset Mental Wellness Ecosystem. Mentalocity, our mental health literacy platform, mental health literacy, mental health first aid, community outreach, coaching, the mobile wellness unit. Together, these create a continuous pathway of support from awareness to action. The mobile wellness unit itself is the centerpiece of the mental wellness ecosystem. Approachable design, immediate resource hub, community integration. The anatomy of the unit would include a clinical space, an experiential space, and a foundational support zone. While the mobile unit is the centerpiece, Mentalocity is the digital anchor of the mental wellness ecosystem. In the midst of building, instead of waiting until everything was perfect, I launched a pilot for Mentalocity, our digital mental health literacy platform. Real users, real feedback, real learning, self-guided learning, daily check-ins, and immediate tool access. One of my favorite parts of this journey was conducting customer interviews. Parents, college students, community leaders, each person shared something valuable. Those conversations shaped every improvement I've made. The mental wellness ecosystem, it is driven by data. Our Mentalocity platform now has 53 registered pilot users, 87% completed the pre-assessment, 67 worksheets completed, 73% average quiz score, and 26 people have engaged with the mobile unit simulation at a recent community resource event. Those numbers aren't just metrics, they're evidence that people are engaging, learning, and believing in the mission and the vision of New Mindset. New Mindset is engaging our community through the recent simulation of the mobile wellness unit, through virtual reality zones, mental health resource zones, and the Mentalocity app overview. A great success with 26 engaged in those activities. The road ahead. This journey is just beginning. My vision is to deploy the mental wellness mobile unit across Alabama, serving rural communities, college campuses, workplaces, schools, churches, and community events. I'm continuing to grow Mentalocity, expand pilot partnerships, and seek organizations that share this vision. Because of Unlock Alabama, over the past 8 weeks, I didn't just launch a pilot for Mentalocity. I didn't just design a mobile unit. I didn't just develop a mental wellness ecosystem. I built confidence that this vision is needed. And now I have the outcomes, the customers, the data, and the community feedback to prove it. If you're an educator, healthcare organization, employer, nonprofit, community leader, or potential funding partner, I love to connect with you because I believe where someone lives should never determine whether they have access to mental wellness resources. We're changing minds, transforming lives, and we're building a brighter, healthier future together. Partner with us today. You can reach out or contact us at newmindsetllc.com or app.newmindsetllc.com. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Lilly Stewart, and I'm the founder of Curate Studios. I'm sure you know how difficult it is to find time and space to act on a creative idea. As an artist myself, I have had many paintings go unfinished due to other priorities in life that I just can't really control, which is okay. But what we do through Curate is we provide the materials, and we provide the time and the space for you to create. We are building a space where you can rest and you can have a set in stone place to call your art studio. And that's something I've wanted for so long. So not only am I building this for the artist community, I'm building it for creatives like me who don't necessarily sell art but want to partake in it. At Curate, it's our mission to curate a community rooted in art, enabling people to express their inherent nature, which is to create. You may ask how we're planning on doing this. Evaluating the stage that we are in as a business currently, it was obvious that a pivot was needed to enable outreach towards a larger, broader range of artists, not just artists in Alabama. Instead of solely focusing on immediately securing a brick and mortar location, we are leaning into the subscription-based mailing list. I found a video of a couple who has a very similar business model. So here is that video.
What do you guys do here? Every single month, we send out a 1-ounce letter to our subscribers. It has a written letter by me and then a bunch of just little paper designed goodies. I was getting into making jams at my house and I really wanted to meet my neighbors. I was craving connection.
So obviously we don't sell jam, so instead of little stationery pieces, it will be little arts and crafts. For the first year or two of building this community, after that, we will hopefully open our first location in Fairhope, Alabama. In this physical location, there will be private studio spaces with natural light. Members will pay a monthly fee and choose between 3 tiers of memberships. Pricing is to be determined at this stage, and the artist membership comes with the ability to host art classes and make a commission on ticket sales. The studio is multi-medium, meaning you could make pottery and or paint and or different avenues, like if you want to make a podcast, that will also be available hopefully. There are various perks of being a member as well, discounted materials and much more, but 50% of our income will end up coming from word of mouth and tourists in the area. The studio will have a cafe of sorts up front. Art materials with prepackaged crafts will also be for sale. Partnering with local galleries and having raffles and or voting in place to award Curate artists with spots in our partnered galleries across the US is currently what we're working on right now. The app that we're developing now has the capabilities to post, to promote, and to sell the art that you create in the studio or outside of the studio, while also storing for a weekly fee. Right now, the app is the key to reserve a studio spot, to get access into the studio, and to post an art class that you're offering if it's applicable and you have the membership to do so. We are creating an ecosystem for artists and we're so glad that you want to be a part. Thank you guys so much.
This is a real text message, and this is the kind a salesperson sends from a job site. 40 of these, 20 of those, deliver Wednesday, bill to our account. And this is a complete price sales order drafted by an AI agent that reads the price file, matched the customer contract, and flagged the missing PO. 8 weeks ago, this didn't exist, and here's how I built it. Hi there, my name is Michael Orihuela, and I'm the founder of Forge Information Systems here in Birmingham, Alabama. As part of Unlock Alabama's 8-week intensive build program, I created this organization to answer one question. How can I help small to medium businesses in traditionally blue-collar industries implement AI and automation? I've spent the last 6 years in distribution operations, specifically in waterworks, and I've watched really skilled people spend hours and hours a day keying in the same information, whether it be on sales orders, bids, purchase orders, you name it. This is all work that a computer should do, and in an industry the software mostly ignores. That's the problem I'm trying to fix with Forge. When I joined the Unlock Alabama cohort, I wanted to not only help my own organization, but also explore the idea of helping small and medium organizations implement AI and automation. But this means I had a problem. Service industries and consultants don't have a physical product you can see, and the program's challenge was pretty blunt. Make something real and get it into people's hands. So I decided to build one. The AI agent I created is called Sal. Sal works on a virtual machine and aims to help inside and outside salesmen draft POs and sales orders. A salesperson messages Sal from Slack, Teams, text message, or email, and Sal reads the company's own files, inventory, customers, contract pricing, and it matches the request to the correct customer on the correct project and references negotiated pricing. It'll check the delivery window and post any draft order for the human to approve with the right pricing, with the right terms, flags any missing information, and in under 1 minute, we go from a customer on a job site to a salesman with a working draft of an order. These 8 weeks with Unlock Alabama looked like this. I built Sal and demoed it publicly on LinkedIn. I got to write about what I was interested in and learn about building publicly and getting over the fear of speaking in a public setting. I received some great feedback from coworkers, other cohort members, business owners, and executives. I got to meet Birmingham's tech community at Sauce Tech and learn more about where business intersects with technology. And I learned the lesson the program was really trying to teach, which is to get the idea out of your head and into the world, to build momentum through consistency, and to never stop iterating. Thank you to Unlock Alabama and the mentors and founders of this cohort. So what's next? I'm continuing to explore AI and automation applications within businesses, particularly in distributors. The field's changing every day, and I think those who are the most creative and can use these solutions the best are the ones who are going to be the most successful. I'm opening up a few pilot slots for any owner-led distribution and manufacturing companies who want to see this automation run on their inventory files or their customer files, free during the pilot. If any redundant tasks or outdated practices are eating your team's time, my contact information is below. I'm Michael Orihuela, Forge Information Systems, Birmingham, Alabama, builder. Thank you, Unlock Alabama. Goodbye.
I've always hated chasing down photos after an event, texting your friends, begging them to send you the photos from the day, just to get no response. So I created the app EventFilm to fix that. Let me show you how it works. You create an event, you name the event, and then you choose a photo style. A simple album just collects everyone's photos. Color Hunt allows everyone to choose a color and take photos of that color throughout the day of the event. Photo Prompts gives everyone a fun idea of what to take photos of. And a memory capsule is kind of like a disposable camera where you can only see the photos after the event. I'll create a simple album for now. You create the event, you share it with your friends, and then they can add photos without an account. They can join right on the web and add their photos just like this. And as you see, they're getting added right now. And as they get added, they get put right here and everyone on the event can see them. Then you can go to highlights after the event and create a story post. If you don't like the story post the first time, you can regenerate it. It'll make you a new caption and put new photos in different places. You can also choose your own photos if you'd like. You can share this to any social media platform of your choosing. Let me show you Color Hunt. These are just a few photos I took today. And you can share it, of course. And this is what the app looks like. I hope to get it published soon. But before then, the web works just as well. And you can go to that at eventfilm.forsell.app.
Esports.
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 What's going on, everybody? My name is Braxton. I am the founder of Vanguard Esports, and this was something that I went into the Unlock Alabama program wanting to start. It's been an idea on my mind for a very long time. I participated in competitive esports back in high school. I was on the Overwatch team, so if you're familiar with Overwatch. And yeah, this was kind of like a really cool program, the 8 weeks to kind of build out this league, build up the social following, the community, and see where we can get by the end of the program. So I'm going to give you a walkthrough of what we built so far and what's coming up. So this is our website. This is something I coded through Lovable. It was just really simple to kind of put in a prompt from Claude and give it our logo and everything in SVG, and it worked really well for us. So The main thing about the website is to get people attracted to the Discord, as well as talk about our mission, as well as what's coming up. So we've already had our interest meeting and coming up soon, actually July 17th, so the day before the Unlock Alabama Summit. On July 18th here in Mobile, we're going to be hosting a online 3v3 Rocket League tournament, which is going to be really fun. We have an official caster from Rocket League. He's going to be doing it, so shout out to Snorkels for doing that. He really made the media look really good for us, so really excited on that. And we kind of have our upcoming schedule on what to expect. So as we kind of build this thing out, we're going to be updating this. But the biggest thing is to, like I said, to join our Discord. So I'll show you that really quick. So this is what happens when you join the Discord. You get invited to the welcome server. You can actually see a few people have joined, which has been awesome. Get your role and everything and have access to it. You can see here's our signups and all. Click on this form if you join our Discord and want to participate in this 3v3 tournament. You can come here and just ask for generic information. So we try to research and do a lot and see what successful leagues around the kind of lower southeast have been doing. And it's really easy just to kind of get something like this started up. It's really just about building up that community. You can see here, we probably have about 30 people in the Discord, which is really, really cool. So yeah, that's essentially what we're working on. If you're interested in joining Vanguard Esports, head over to the website up here, vanguardesports.com. Shout out to Unlock Alabama for giving me the kind of space to act on this idea. This was something that I didn't really think I was going to do. So this was cool just to kind of experiment, have fun with. And actually on July 18th, on the summit day here in Mobile, I'm going to be having a Rocket League 1v1 setup. So if you're interested in trying out some Rocket League and getting more information about Vanguard Esports, you can find me there. If you have any questions, reach out to me. Would love to answer them and possibly collaborate in any way that we can. So yeah, thanks for tuning in and hope you join.
Hello, my name is Ziah Young. I am a licensed speech-language pathologist. I currently practice in an elementary school setting, servicing kids from pre-K to 5th grade. My goal for this 8-week challenge is to create a digital platform called Gracefully Spoken. This platform houses speech and therapy resources to help parents and their children meet their communication needs. My idea for this 8-week challenge is to build a speech therapy practice and digital platform that helps children find their voice through accessible services, resources, and personalized communication support. My goal by the end of the 8 weeks is to create a speech therapy platform using lovable.dev. I plan to have at least 5 visitors on the platform by demo day. Generalization in speech therapy is the process of transferring newly learned communication skills from the controlled therapy room to everyday life. Through the digital platform, parents will have access to resources to help their child carry over strategies learned in the therapy room. The child will have access to games which will encourage daily practice. This will ultimately bridge the gap and accomplish real-world communication. The website also has a speech output system. We usually call this AAC, which is Augmentative and Alternative Communication. This will give a child an alternative way to communicate with others. Usually these speech output systems can cost well over $300, leaving most families in the dark and with no way to help their child communicate. The website has games such as WH Bingo, which helps a child to practice mixed WH questions such as who, what, when, where, and why in a fun, interactive way. My initial target was to have at least 5 visitors by demo day, but as of today, I would say I've had well over 50 visitors to the website page. It has peaked on July 11th. This is a day that I attended a resource fair, and I got a lot of good feedback on this day, and a lot of people visited the website on this day as well. Most people visited the homepage. At least 7 viewed the Augmentative and Alternative Communication tab, and 6 people navigated to the contact page. This tells me that some of the viewers were mostly interested in the speech output system and getting contact information. Primary traffic came from the direct link. Secondary traffic came from the link in bio. The link in bio website was a useful tool to house the website, video walkthrough, and survey in one location. Through Unlock Alabama, it has helped me to stay on track in reaching the goal I have set. I have completed phase 1 by launching the digital platform. Next, I plan to officially form the speech therapy practice. In phase 3, I will establish a nonprofit which will fund free speech therapy to low-income families and a speech therapy summer camp. Thank you all for your feedback, and I look forward to continuing on this roadmap to success in helping children find their voice.
Hello, I'm Lillian Webb, and I'd like to tell you about the idea that I came up with in Unlock, Alabama for an AI newsletter for explorers of all kinds. So, a little bit about me. I have a Bachelor of Arts in English, but I also, when I was in college, managed to experience AI through classes. And I thought that that was really interesting, and I hadn't really thought of my interests in my work in connection with AI systems before. So I'd like to create an opportunity for other people, sort of regardless of what stage of their career or general life interests are, to sort of understand that AI can be relevant to them too. So how can I do this? So I was sort of thinking about how I could apply my interests to entrepreneurial aspects. So that's why I joined the Unlock Alabama program, is so I could learn how I could connect my interest to business ways of thinking, because that wasn't something I explored very much in college, and I sort of wanted to understand it more as a young professional. So what I decided to do is I decided to create a newsletter to help people understand the technology, the theory, the application behind AI better. So, what did I do to help make my idea a reality? So, I did research on sort of various different types of newsletters and how they were monetized, and I learned more about the newsletter model. And I think that it will ultimately be a good fit for me, because a newsletter is sort of a very democratic medium, and you can share it with a lot of people, and you can save it, and you can sort of take the information and apply it to a lot of different ways. And I really love sharing information, so I think that starting a newsletter will be a good fit for me. One of the things I struggle with is perfectionism, so it is my hope that sort of I will continue the process of working on this newsletter, and even in the act of writing the newsletter, I'll get better at it, and I'll be able to sort of not only help other people understand AI better, but also help myself increase my self-confidence and feel like I have something to say about the world around me. So I'm looking forward to continuing to work on this idea, and I hope that maybe you'll read my AI Salon newsletter in the future. Goodbye.
We train people for the jobs, but have we ever trained them for human movements that could happen inside the job? EQPitch is based on an idea that will help people lead with clarity, empathy, and confidence. Hello, everyone. I am Shubhangi Singh. I hold a MSc in clinical psychology. I'm a published author of 3 books. I have work experience in clinical counseling setup, research, and content creation. I'm currently pursuing MBA with a specialization in AI. So it all started on the first week of Unlock, Alabama. The gap is not the information, the gap is practice. As we all know that we are aware about the terms like emotional intelligence, leadership, pressure, conflicts, and all that. You must have read like a lot of self-help books which like give you guidance or give you help like how to go about it. But when those things happen in the real moments and we have never experienced them before, we are like shocked and we don't know how to go ahead with it. So EQPitch is filling the gap for that. It is giving you a safe space for practicing those scenarios before those things could actually happen at your workplace. more than 62 people who clicked on the link, completed the scenarios, 40 people filled the feedback form, 80%, like more than 80% people said that they will definitely want to try this again. I have gotten a lot of feedbacks according like having more scenarios, how to build more skills, making it more clear in terms of scoring and all that. So I've worked upon all those things, and I have launched like another version based on all those things. So in the newer version, it is more clear, like you will be choosing a role, selecting a challenge, practicing, getting some reflective questions, getting your scorecard, and like trying the activity. I will first version was just a trial. It has just 15 scenarios, still built on the core principles of emotional intelligence, but the scoring was not that clear. There was no practicing skills and all that. The second version was like more clear. It has more scenarios. It included like a lot of more different aspects in it. So I will just directly go into the second version that would be helpful to understand. So here it is. So here is the second version, as you could see on your tab. So you could like start a free practice over here or sign up for free, as I wanted more participants to try for like a next pilot run. So currently what it is providing is we have like 50 real leadership scenarios. You will get your scoring, you will get the targeted skills that you need to work on. And if you still have questions and want to know more about your results, like there is a free 30-minute debrief session that we offer. So it is based on 5 EQ practice areas or 5 core competency skills of EQ, which is self awareness, social awareness, self regulation, empathy, confidence, and motivation. Currently, the 3 things that we have under this is scenario practices, skill building activities, and one on one consultation. So, for example, you will like start this by clicking on this. It will lead you to open a form which will like ask for your details in terms of your name and your email addresses and all those things. That will help me in future to reach out to you and work on it. So you have to select, like, you don't have to write your name here. You can like just write a code or something, or like initials of your name. You have to select who are you. Are you a corporate leader, exciting leader, founder? And then select your challenges and then just go ahead, continue with EQPitch. So you would like read a scenario, select whichever option suits you the best. And it's not like you have to do all 50 of them at one time. So you could save it for next time too. And over here on the top, you could see like you don't have to like do the scenarios first. You could even start with the activities if you know, okay, these are the skills I need to work upon and these are the skills I'm lacking, or this is something that will enhance my workplace skills or something like that. So you could just directly click on the tabs as you could see on the top, and you can also like mark them as favorite if you like that activity. And if you want to like reach them sooner, for example, if I like this activity, I will mark it this, and then it will be on my favorites or on my top list. And you have to see your profile as you could see over here. It will give you like a detailed diagram about, as I have not like practiced the whole 50 scenarios, so it is just giving me like just for 8 of them where I stand with skills I need to improve and all that. If I click on the full result, it will give me more detailed information and like the skill is strong, the skills need growth, this is developing, you're working on it. And I could download my PDF also. Here are the recommended activities based on my scores or responses on those scenarios. And here you could like book a debrief session too, and you could also download the PDF. And here you could review your answer. You could see how it is scored. So the scoring is based on continuum, as it will like help you understand like nothing is wrong and right, like it's all a learning process. So it is based on a continuum scoring. You could see like once you give it a try, you would see how it is scored. Forward to your feedbacks. Anything, any remarks, any reviews would be very helpful. Thank you so much.
And I'm a biomedical engineering student at Alabama State University. When I joined Unlock Alabama, I didn't just want to build another app. I wanted to solve a problem that affects communities every single day. Across Alabama, illegal dumping and litter often go unreported because reporting the issue is inconvenient, confusing, or people simply don't know who to contact. That inspired me to build TrashOut. TrashOut is a community-powered platform that makes it easy for anyone to report litter, illegal dumping, and environmental hazards directly from their phone. Instead of wondering who to call, users simply snap a picture, choose the location, describe the issue, and submit a report in seconds. The goal is simple: make keeping our communities clean as easy as posting on social media. When I started this challenge, TrashOut was nothing more than an idea. Over the past 8 weeks, I transformed that idea into a working prototype. I built the application using Next.js, React, Python, OpenAI, and Google Maps integration. Each week, I focused on improving one piece at a time, from designing the interface, to building the reporting flow, to collecting feedback from potential users. Every conversation helped shape the product into something more useful. Today, TrashOut allows users to document environmental issues quickly and efficiently. Reports include photos, descriptions, and precise locations using Google Maps. The platform is designed to make reporting intuitive while encouraging community participation. One of the biggest lessons I learned is that building isn't just about writing code. It's about listening. Every piece of feedback made the application better than it was the week before. Like every founder, I faced challenges. Balancing school, research, and development wasn't easy. Some ideas worked, others didn't. But every obstacle pushed me to improve the product instead of giving up. Unlock Alabama taught me that building in public creates accountability. Instead of waiting for something to be perfect, I learned to launch early, gather feedback, and iterate continuously. That mindset completely changed how I approach innovation. This is only the beginning. My vision is for TrashOut to become the platform communities across Alabama use to report environmental issues, organize cleanup efforts, and work together to create cleaner neighborhoods. I plan to continue developing the platform, expand testing, gather more user feedback, and eventually launch it publicly. Thank you to the Unlock Alabama team, the mentors, and everyone who believed in this idea. I'm excited to keep building, because cleaner communities start with people who care enough to take action. Thank you.
Lately, I've been obsessed with places shape who we are, what we do, and how we feel. There is a lot of beauty in these places, or at least it's supposed to be. I think things should be beautiful, and I want to pour more beauty back into the places that made me. Do you ever get the feeling like everything just fucking sucks now? Whether that be the job market, the economy, the housing market, whatever. Everything just kind of really sucks. And I know that a lot of people feel it too. You know, what I actually think I'm trying to create here is culture. Or at least a place for culture to exist. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna build a place for culture to grow. For us to dance, eat, create, learn. A place to be. A place that's ours. And that's why I am building The Responsible Adult. And I hope you join me.
Hey guys, my name is Brooks. I'm the head of community for Unlock Alabama. I sort of thought that I was just going to be watching all of the builders build, but instead I was encouraged by them actually to build as well. So we've been going for 8 weeks now, and at the beginning I didn't know what exactly I was going to build, but I knew I wanted to do something. I had a coffee with a buddy of mine. He helps companies raise money, does like accounting work for companies. He's worked in the private equity industry. And he was sharing how his process works and how he has a few high-end clients, but he was like, how can I kind of duplicate myself and get in there? And so I just kept asking him questions, and I asked more questions about, well, how would you do this? And what's your process? And what's the goal here? And what do you want to do? And at the end of that coffee, I said, man, can I help you build something? And he said, yes. And so we laid out what that would look like. And what we came up with was Series A Hub. And that's the product that we have. So basically, it's to help companies that are trying to raise a Series A fund. They're out there, they're working on their business, but they need to raise their next round. Maybe it's $3 million, $5 million, I don't know, whatever, to grow, to continue growing their business. And he has the experience to be able to get the information from their company, be able to transfer that into a deck, to be able to put it in front of the investors with the exact information that they're looking for. And the goal of this is really like a personalized product for him. That's the start of this, because he has conversations all the time with companies that might need services like his, but maybe they can't afford the premium in product for a monthly consulting fee for him. But he could point them to this service, which basically gets the brain of him and his team, but for like a lower cost than what they might pay him for a monthly retainer. So pretty cool. So we put together this landing page just so that we could start collecting emails from people that are interested. And now we're in the process of building out the version 1 of the tool. And basically what would happen is a company would input their information, all their company info, both by asking questions, or they could like manually fill out a form if they wanted to. And then that information will go over to, if you will, the brain of my friend Brent and his team. And then the output of that would be a finished product deck that company could then use to go out and solicit investment. And I'll be honest, I have all the builders in Unlock Alabama to thank for this, because that is what's pushed me to go and work on something additional to what I'm already working on, in addition to supporting all the builders. Side note, we have a party celebration July 18th. It's not too late. I would like you to come and hang out with other builders. Shoot me a message. I'll get you into our party. See you guys.
Hello, I am Kristina. Good morning. I am Kristina Eaton, founder and CEO of Brave Bloom. We have recently expanded our offerings. So now we have clients in the education space, K through 12 school districts to be specific. We created Impact Anchor to serve K through 12 schools, lower workplace stress, and prevent staff burnout, while protecting K through 12 students. Once again, I am Kristina Eaton, founder and CEO of Brave Bloom. Impact Anchor is an extension of Brave Bloom. I am a trauma-informed systems strategist and certified trauma support specialist. As a former substitute teacher myself, I've seen firsthand the classroom stress that teachers endure as well as students. My goal with Impact Anchor is to reduce teacher burnout, reduce turnover, and to produce calmer students in calmer classrooms. Let me walk you through how I'm going to do that with Impact Anchor. There is an expensive cost of unresolved stress in the academic education space. We provide insight to school districts through providing metrics, teacher retention, behavior referrals, academic outcomes, and staff well-being. Framework walkthrough. It involves 6 basic steps: baseline assessment and check-in, the anchored response, the regulated leader. That's going to be for your teachers and your administrators and your principals. The regulated educators are for teachers as well as support staff. Crisis response and staff care. That is focusing on the individual well-being of the staff as well as the teachers, and giving them the tools and equip them to better respond to crises that occur on school campuses. And last but not least, systemic optimization and metrics. This is capturing those metrics and auditing the well-being and illustrating and visualizing the trends that occur during this process over the 12 months. Our process is 12 months, not just 9 to 10 months. We support the staff and the schools throughout the academic year, not just while the students are in session. Core delivery formats: in-person delivery for resiliency training and professional development, workplace crisis response and climate stabilization, as well as virtual onboarding and leadership consultations. What we also offer is CE credit education to the teachers throughout the year. We are currently accepting beta testers for Impact Anchor. I would love to be able to inspire, motivate, stabilize, and calm your school districts. Reach out to us today to start your stabilization process. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Breanna. I'm the builder behind OpenDoor. 8 weeks ago, I joined Unlock Alabama. I came in with just an idea and a prototype on my laptop. Week by week, that prototype became a real public platform. And it wasn't just about building, it was about learning, community, and being pushed to do things I was scared to do. Without Unlock Alabama, OpenDoor would not be what it is today. So I want to walk you through why and how it started, what I have built, and where it's headed next. The employment process wasn't built for everyone. For those of us with ADHD, it's harder than it needs to be, sometimes feeling impossible. My story started 7 years ago. I struggled with the same problem. Instead of feeling bad for myself, I thought about everyone else who had it even harder. Here's what early demo users said. Marissa is someone I connected with specifically for this research, and Breanna has been a close friend for a long time. Watching her struggle has been difficult because I know just how qualified she is for her ideal job. And it's not just Breanna and Marissa. 2.3 million people are in an ADHD subreddit, and what they have to say is truly heartbreaking. So I built OpenDoor. It's not another job board or AI tool. It's a guided, step-by-step employment experience built around the people the current process leaves behind. Let me show you how it works. Users start with a quick profile setup that doubles as the foundation of their resume. No blank boxes, no overwhelm, just simple guided questions with prompts, tips, and explanations along the way. It encourages job seekers to think beyond traditional experience. Self-taught skills or volunteer work, things they may not think to include but actually make a difference. Instead of thousands of listings, a curated set of opportunities, one at a time. They swipe through and choose what feels right. OpenDoor then breaks down the description. When they are ready to apply, OpenDoor points out what is in their resume to get past ATS filters for that specific role. They can then download that resume and apply with their best foot forward. That's the current version, simple, guided, built around the person, not the algorithm. But this is just the current version. The end goal is much bigger, like including interview prep and coaching, after hire support and community, and most importantly, expanding to serve all employment barriers, not just ADHD. OpenDoor is live in beta right now. We are looking for people willing to shape how it is built through their lived experience. Try it, reach out to me and share your story, because the people who need it most should have a say.
Hello everyone, my name is Ashley Coens and I'm the founder of Tokli.
This is the story of how one simple idea became a startup. As a single mom, I was looking for a career that would allow me to support my daughter while still being present with her during the day. That's what led me to teaching English as a second language online, where I could work in the evenings after she went to bed. But after teaching for several months, I started noticing a pattern. My students were paying for expensive private tutoring lessons while learning from curriculums that were repetitive and honestly, kind of boring. So I remember thinking there has to be a better way. That simple thought became the foundation for Tokli. So what is Tokli? Tokli is an online platform that offers unlimited live English classes through just one monthly subscription for people learning English as a second language. Tokli is designed for adult English learners who want live instruction, real conversation practice, and engaging lessons. It started as little more than a rough sketch, but today, it's a live platform with branded social media, a growing curriculum library, and structured live classes. Every startup begins with an idea. The real question is, how do you turn that idea into something real? And for me, that's where Unlock Alabama made the biggest impact. The Builder Academy gave me the structure and accountability to keep Tokli moving forward. One of my favorite moments was announcing Tokli's launch date, July 6th. After weeks of building, it finally felt real. But of course, not everything went according to plan. I spent hours creating what I thought was the most perfect marketing video. I checked the analytics and discovered most people stopped watching after about 9 seconds. Not gonna lie, that was a little humbling. But it taught me something really important. The market doesn't care how many hours you spent, it tells you what works. So I changed my strategy and I'm still experimenting with marketing ideas and videos that will help Tokli reach the audience that it's built for. So where does Tokli stand today? In just 8 weeks, I launched Tokli, I built the foundation of its curriculum, established Tokli's brand across multiple social media platforms, and developed structured live classes. I created a scope and sequence for 240 future lessons. I'm incredibly proud of what was accomplished in just 8 weeks. The biggest lesson that I learned is that progress comes from action, not perfection. That's a lesson I'll carry with me throughout my entrepreneurial journey. So, what's next? My next goal is to welcome Tokli's first 100 subscribers and establish proof of concept based off of real feedback from English learners. I'm also working to strengthen Tokli's brand by building its own website and eventually transitioning from school to a dedicated platform. I'm also looking to connect with entrepreneurs who have experience growing subscription-based or educational businesses. If that sounds like you, I would love to connect. Thank you to Unlock Alabama, my mentors, and the fellow builders for helping me transform Tokli from an idea to a business. And thank you for taking the time to learn about Tokli, where we can learn English and unlock the world.
Alright, hi guys, my name is Sigurda Tafari and I built Execute AI. And pretty much we all know that applying for a job is a full-time job, so I built a tool that gives the time back in your day for you to pretty much focus more on interviewing and focus less on having to fill out forms. And how Execute AI does this goal is by automating, finding, tracking, and helping you apply for jobs online. So how it does that is it has 22 to 23 features across different categories like the job tracker core, the streak tracker, the job fit and ATS tools, and the search and automation tools. Now let's go to the find tool. So here is the reason why I built this is it's pretty much important to be able to find jobs that are posted either in the last hour and the last 24 hours, because kind of being early and also having a good application and a good job application and also having a good resume is really useful. So let's look for roles that were just posted in the last hour. So let's look for a chief of staff role that was posted in the last hour so you can see how it works. So here are some chief of staff roles that were just posted in the last hour. So this is one that was just posted 44 minutes ago. So obviously this feature works. And it also does the same thing where you can check feature jobs that were just posted in the last 24 hours. And you can obviously remove what's in here and just post in your own job title that you want to search for. Now let's look at the Boolean search tool. It does a similar thing, but you can be more particular and exclude certain job terms that you don't like specifically for seniority. All right, let's look for chief of staff roles that were just posted in the last 24 hours using the Boolean search tool. So this one obviously populated more jobs that fit more of the job title, as you can see. So let's look at chief of staff for devices and houseware product development. So this is just reposted 4 hours ago. So this feature is really powerful. Now let's look at the track feature. Pretty much you get the job posting link, you get the job links, and you paste them in here. And you can either do that for one job that you've applied to, or you can bulk import like 5, 10, 20 jobs that you've applied to, like the job posting links. You can paste them here, and then it will populate here in the full tracker, and it tracks all the information about the jobs that you've applied to. That way you don't have to do it manually. All you have to do is just get the link that you've applied to of the job and paste it here in the LinkedIn data box here, or in the LinkedIn data box here. Then let's go to the third feature, which is a score feature. So pretty much you can score if you're a fit for this role or not before you apply, which saves you time. So you paste in the resume for that job that you're applying for, then you paste in the job description, and then it spits out a score that's on the scale of 0 to 100 based off whether you should apply, whether it's a stretch, whether you're not a fit at all. Also, there's other features like the Workday resume feature, and then the intelligence engine, which is a more intelligent version of the fit checker. That one I'm still working on. Now let's go to the answer feature. So pretty much when you're interviewing, you get like asked a bunch of the same questions or similar questions for, maybe different roles. So say if you work in biz ops, or you're applying for a chief of staff role or a manager role of ops, or like different roles that might be kind of similar, you might get asked similar questions, so you can save those questions into a place, and then you can kind of write the answers and then practice your answers and store them all in one place. And that's useful because you can use this in the future when you probably job hop and stuff like that in the future. Now let's go to polish. Polish is where you get your resume, and then you get the job description, and you kind of like rewrite your resume in a way to kind of match what they're looking for. Then there's a sixth feature, which is kind of like the gamification thing, where it tracks like all the jobs that you've applied for, interviewed for, and kind of helps motivate you to keep going. And it does that by having streaks and gamifying the process. And then there's some other integrations like email drafts, tasks, and calendar appointments, which handles all of like the boring admin stuff of when you're applying and interviewing for a role. Pretty much that's it, and I'm going to continue building this out. Thank you and have a good day. Bye.
Now we'd like to share our acknowledgements. First, we'd like to thank MBI Ventures, who is our event sponsor. MBI Ventures is an operator-led venture firm that backs resilient founders with traction. They write anywhere from $100,000 checks to $500,000 checks, and they're constantly looking for amazing founders to invest in. If you're interested in learning more about MBI Ventures, check them out at www.mbi.vc. Next, we'd like to thank Innovate Alabama, our amazing grant provider. Without this grant, running the Builder Challenge would not have been possible. Thank you to the Innovate Alabama team. Next, we'd like to thank all of our partners for our partners involved into the Innovation Portal. Our partners at Replit have sponsored our builders with accounts to build their apps. To anyone involved that has shared the word about the Builder Challenge with potential builders and interested audiences, We thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Next, thank you to the Unlock Alabama team. Thank you to Paul Lockett. Thank you to Brooks Conkle. Thank you to Summerlin Brandon. Next, we'd like to give a special thanks to our guides who provided mentorship to all of our builders. We appreciate the time and energy that you've put into this program and to nurturing the future of Alabama. And lastly, a special thank you to all of our builders who committed to showing up, who committed to putting in the work, who committed to the long hours, to committed to the constant iterations, to the work, and for following through. We truly appreciate you. This has been Unlock Alabama's Demo Day for the Builder Challenge.